All right, guys, we will get to the pleasantries, the introductions here in a bit, but we are running slightly behind schedule tonight. We are underway here, actually on the clock right now. We have the 103 slot here with Paul Bergeron from the Discord. Kelsey does go. Paul, moment of truth. You've been deliberating Adams or Kamara. Who's it going to be?
Yeah, let's go Adams.
Let's do it.
Pissing Paul has to take Adams.
Yeah, you can't have a pissing Paul name and then not take him. I mean, you'd be a fraud.
Yeah.
We haven't even introduced Paul yet, and he's already pissing Paul. He's already taken wide receiver. It's perfect.
That's right. Yeah, Paul, if you guys are OG Ship Chasers from last year, you'll remember Paul came on our Listener League stream, hung out with us for a lot that night. Very excited to have you back. I kept having to bug you to get in the Discord and come hang out with us. I think you're just too busy being an artist, right?
Yeah, well, artist and dad, yeah. But I finally am in there now. I'll have a little bit more time now that football season's getting going. I kind of have a little bit of a deal with my girlfriend now. I'll have a little bit more time to do this stuff. So I'll be in there now. But yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, we are super stoked to do a draft with you guys tonight. This is a double header. We're drafting with Paul right now, and then we are doing a draft later tonight with Sam, also from the Discord. That'll be at 10 p.m. We'll probably have a little bit of an intermission and then fire up that second stream. Pat, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Just been writing and still writing. Still getting that final article done for NBC Sports Edge, but it's coming along. I'm actually pretty excited about it. It's going great. But
tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yeah. Well, I literally, that's going to be my Saturday now. So got to get this out. I know you guys got drafts going. So, yeah, have been having fun doing that and then really excited for this draft.
Yeah.
Paul, have you done any other drafting so far this year? Is this kind of your first big draft?
This is the first big draft, yeah. I was going to try to get into some best ball stuff, and I like the format. I don't like it because it's not like kind of like an instant gratification thing. Like I'm much more into the DFS side of it, so yeah, I kind of was saving for that and this obviously. So
yeah, we were actually talking with Crack Rock last night after the show, and just this whole kind of idea of how it's so fun to draft and DFS is so fun, but you got to pay the piper on all these managed leagues, and if you're not careful and you're in too many of them, it could sneak up on you.
Exactly.
Yeah, Pete, we might have to talk after the season to see how this goes, because it's by far the most leagues we'll have ever done.
But we have an army of ship chasers to help us out here. We're not on an island. Like when we think back to our week 1 waiver wire stream from last year when it was you and me about to kill each other, this year we at least have some other people we can blame and kill as well.
That's not exactly how I remember that. I remember us getting the waivers done in time, coming together, getting good bids in, although we didn't get a lot of Myles Gaskins, so maybe we didn't.
No, I remember the people in the chat being like, this is hilarious, but there's too much money on the line for this to be happening. Was basically what people were saying.
I remember, yeah.
People are wondering, Paul, do you have a disco ball, or is this just a Crack Rock style TV reflection?
I think it's just the reflection.
You got the Mets game going?
It's the modem with the crappy internet, so it's yeah. I got two windows behind me. It's not obviously not ideal, but yeah.
I will say, guys, as far we drafted with Cobb Nation last night. Cobb Nation was the 12 hole, I believe, who did the Ridley start that gave us our 2 guys, and then I believe there's someone else in here we know as well. I believe it's Garrett is in this draft, and but I do like seeing all this green here in the middle. You know, that the Eckler and Aaron Jones early picks I think bode well.
Yeah,
for sure. That's nice.
Yeah,
also nice that Hill goes. Sorry, I was just gonna say I don't think we'll have a Hill Diggs team to contend with, so that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say the last you guys did were pretty interesting with how the draft board fell last night, and then the double up you guys did the day before. So.
Oh, and we got Eric. What's up, Eric? What team number are you, Eric?
The Waller Dig start's pretty nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're team 12, and I appreciate the nod. You are on Ship Chasing TV right now, Eric.
Look, Mom, on TV. Yeah, I was like, I think that might be them.
Yes. Paul, what are you doing in the art world these days? What kind of projects are you working on?
Mostly just kind of getting back into it. We moved here about a year and a half ago. Where I'm in Hudson, New York now. Moved from the city. I think I mentioned that last year, but and so nothing like big coming up right now. There's a big arts weekend up here in Hudson. Like some of the art fairs have moved up here to do kind of away from the city stuff. So we're going to check that out and try to make some more contacts up here and kind of get the ball rolling here in the next few months. So again, you
in those NFT streets, man. That's how the artists make that good cheddar.
I know. Some of my bigger friends who are bigger artists, they've been actually talking about trying to figure out how to do that. And I kind of not name dropped you, but was showing them some of the stuff that some of the stuff on Twitter that you've been through, and the Top Shot stuff, and just trying to get them figured out so they can figure it out for me, and then I'll go from there. So
there you go. we got to get you on the blockchain, man.
Yeah.
All right. We get a Gibson Hill start here. We get a Kittle Eckler start. Hopkins definitely early than he's been going.
Yeah.
Pete, we're on a bit of a streak here of not taking George Kittle. I was gonna get Paul's thoughts on him if he made it back, because I mean it'd be pretty nice to get that elite tight end. But yeah, it's probably okay for our exposures that he didn't. But Paul, are you disappointed not to be able to get George Kittle there?
No, that's okay. I mean, the other person I was looking at too would be like Andrews, but it also, looking back at some of the stuff on RotoViz, like their articles about that, I don't know. It seems like a slight disadvantage to start out 2 tight end, and then kind of go from there. Just also looking at it last night, like how much we want to go with wide receiver. Like that, like you guys did last night. It's like Javante's kind of the last. I feel like big running back, and then there's a big, even it's not even a teardrop. It's just like a big drop off,
So Ridley does go. He would have been a very fun slide there. If you want to keep pissing it, Paul, we're looking at Metcalf, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown. What's looking good to you there?
I mean, I'm a little bit more on Metcalf, AJ Brown.
Metcalf goes. So AJ Brown, your guy here?
Yeah.
I love AJ.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, AJ, yeah.
Yeah, I love AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm with you, Paul. I do slightly prefer Metcalf to AJ Brown, but I mean, you can't do this is a ship chasing start. We're pissing it, man.
Yeah. Well, and was a little nervous about Justin Jefferson, just with Cousins and whatever he's doing with the vaccinations and all that. Not that, I mean, I guess they're dealing with it on the Titans too, but I don't know. It's like such a shit show. It's hard to say what's going to end up happening. But I think AJ Brown and DK Metcalf, I just could see them have slightly better seasons than Jefferson. But but he goes right there anyway. So
yeah, I think they're all it. Pat, the slow draft we just wrapped up with Seth and Jared, I believe Todd Squad they were Toad Squad maybe in that one. I think they were in that draft too.
Oh, for real? Okay. We're getting comments here. Henry Muto pointing out that we have a bye week problem already, Pete. 2 week 13 buys with our first 2 picks. So it's going to be a real problem for us. The first round of the league playoffs.
Bye week Twitter. Coming for us already. Oh my goodness! How will we ever recover?
Now you are on the clock.
Keenan, CD.
I'm gonna say CD.
Let's do it.
Unless you guys are thinking something else.
I like both CD and Keenan a lot. Yeah.
I'd prefer CD. Yeah.
Boom. We're cruising here.
Yeah.
Shit, we forgot to check CeeDee Lamb's bye week before we started, guys.
It's 13, dude. Triple it up.
Way.
No, it's 7. I'm just messing around. We would never take 3 guys with the same bye. We would, because we don't.
Well, yeah, just wait.
How you feeling about this start, Paul? Is this about how you drew it up?
Yeah, I mean, besides, I think I was definitely going to go with Kittle towards the end here, but yeah, I mean, besides that, the 3 wide receiver start is, I mean, that's kind of feels perfect for
It's
a ship chasing draft.
It feels I mean, this is slightly anecdotal, but it does really feel like Kelsey versus Cook is almost 50% at 102 in these drafts now, where for a while Cook was kind of locked in there. It seems like Kelsey's making a push for kind of consensus 102.
Yeah.
It does feel like that.
Yeah, I must have switched. I mean, even Crackrock said something on Twitter today to me and said, good luck with the Kelsey start, so I think he was still assuming he was just locked in there at 103, Cook 102. But I mean, I think Kamara's been moving up quite a bit too.
Yep.
In reality, and I think anecdotally, people are on that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think I just wrote up Kamara and Cook as for this article that I was talking about. I would take Kamara if I had one league. I would take Kamara 102 in non-tight end premium.
Yeah.
The ceiling for him is like absurdly high.
Would you say
Jameis now as the starter? I would say legendary, Paul.
So, I mean, don't you think so? The kind of the absurd ceiling for Kamara is if they kind of just give him this robust goal line role, right?
Sorry.
Is your internet? I was saying, so the thesis on Kamara having the insane legendary season is they really expand his goal line role.
No, I think it's that he just has this is a guy who's had 15 receptions in a game before. And I think with Thomas out, with Jameis under center, there's enough passing volume, and they just use him underneath. You got Marquez Callaway helping to change the style of the offense a little bit, plus Jameis, so that I think there could be a little bit more of a deep element to the passing game than we've seen from the Saints in the past, and then some more underneath throws to Kamara than even we're used to. In which case, it's pretty easy to imagine him with maybe even a little bit less of just running hot on touchdowns, but a similar role around the goal line as last year, and then even more receiving. And it's I don't know, I can just imagine him being 9,200 week 2 on DraftKings and never being less than 9K for the rest of Michael Thomas's absence.
Yeah, because I was going to say the thing about how Dalvin Cook had his season is kind of unique in that it was a pretty even split of both rushing or more tilted toward rushing than pass catching than you normally see from the legendary season. So then the bull case for Dalvin Cook is his receiving workload actually increases relative to last year.
Exactly. He needs to needs to repeat his fantasy points in a new way, I think, because he ran so hot, he was so efficient as a rusher, and he actually wasn't that efficient as a receiver. So I think it just all kind of he needs to be a little bit better in the receiving game, which he totally can be. If he takes a screen pass to the house or something, there you go. But he also needs a little bit more receiving volume too, which is a little thinner.
Yeah, it's kind of it is really tough. Cook is a tough decision for me right now in these drafts. He almost ends up being one of those guys that we just don't end up drafting because if you get 102, we're probably a Kelsey 102 team,
right?
And then we just took Adams at 103.
We just passed on him here, yeah.
Paul, can I see what's going on with this tank top? I don't believe.
Oh yeah.
Did you do
your
own
that?
tie-dye work on that?
No, I had a friend from down in the city that did the tie-dye, and I bought a ship chasing, it's on that side, tank and didn't like the color, so I said, can you do it in the ship chasing colors? Did that and then glued that on. So
oh, that's awesome.
DIY tank top.
I love it. Can you see the queue? No, you could not see the queue.
The queue's actually empty right now, so you could see the queue.
The queue is empty.
So Diggs here, then Cooper, our friends at 12, I do at least like that we're on completely opposite sides of the board here from.
Yeah. We're
Team
not
12.
going to get in each other's way there for probably until 11th, 12th round.
Yeah. Holmes in the third.
What were your takeaways from last night's draft, Paul? Any picks you would have done differently than us with Crack Rock?
No, I mean, who did you guys end up? Bobby Tree is probably not there, but I mean, otherwise, I'm trying to think who you guys ended up later in the draft. But everything seemed pretty much in line with what I would have done. I mean, if it would have been, it would have just been 1v1 kind of things with certain people, but it was more like a, I like that person better for kind of arbitrary reasons kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, that's why it was fun. I mean, to get a pretty, when you look at that team, it's probably an extremely similar structure that we would have drafted without Crack Rock. The differences would have probably been the Woods selection, and then we probably don't take 3 tight ends. We probably end up with 2. But man, looking back on how that turned out, I do think it was just a perfect blend of what Crack Rock likes to do and what we like to do.
Yeah, that was the other one I was thinking, is the Komet one, maybe. But
yeah, going Fant and then getting Everett and Komet. I agree with Pete. I don't think we would have done that on our own, but that's one of the reasons that it's so fun to draft with other people, because we ended up on something that I like better than what we would have done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is hard. It happens to me in my best ball drafts too, where sometimes you find yourself in this reflexive autopilot, just because that's your preferred way. But then when you really check yourself and you're like, okay, maybe I think this is a 53% chance better than this 47% chance bet. It's you don't want to make the 53% chance bet 100% of the time.
Right.
Yeah,
which is something I struggle with.
Yes. I like your phrase, Pat, of every draft feels like my only draft.
My actual phrase is every draft is my only draft.
This is
that's the mindset.
That's a little early for Deontay Johnson, isn't it, relative to ADP?
Sure is.
No, he was
46.6, going there at pick 40, I guess. 6 picks ahead.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, this might be an interesting decision coming up here, Paul. We might have a tight end detour option if you're open to that, and I also think we're really going to like a couple of the wide receivers here as well.
Yeah, that's what. That's where I was going to start talking to you guys now to see what. Let's see, Pitts is gone. I mean, I definitely would be interested in. Let's see, who's ahead of us here? What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. No one has tight end yet except there. I mean, put something in.
Yeah, give us the goods here.
It's not any. It's fairly obvious, but.
Yeah. Okay. So there goes Robert Woods. I was going to actually mention him.
Yeah.
Crack Rock got to you.
No, that would have been one of. Not that I would have picked him there last night, like you said, but that was a person I would definitely be looking at.
Yeah, I mean he belongs in this tier for me. It's just that I have him at the very end of the tier, but so did this room almost. So if he had gotten back to us, I would have been interested there.
Pat has been radicalized. He had some of that kush out in Western Massachusetts, which Rob Coakley, who last night on a randomizer stream, he won the guest spot and then found himself at Crack Rock's dispensary.
I saw that. Yeah.
So good.
Apparently, Crack Rock has not fully finished setting up the
You're
promo
up
code
next.
Grimace that gets you 69% off. So he's still working on getting that established for our friend.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Hawkinson does go here. Let's see what Cobb Nation does. Paul, one thing I do think we could I don't know. I mean, the first two teams could double tap tight end, but
Yeah.
I would say a wide
Let's let him make the
receiver
mistake.
Now you are on the clock.
Who goes here? Ah, shit.
DJ
Yeah.
Moore.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say you're looking at, you get your preferred wide receiver here, Paul, or you lock up your tight end you like. What are you thinking?
Well, that's what someone put him in there. I was going to say either T or Andrews.
If we like both, I would say grab T and then see if
That's what
maybe
I would
these
say
guys
too.
double
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. And we still are going to get a nice wide receiver here on the turn if they do that. Go that route.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
DJ Moore would have been nice, but hey, T. Higgins, we've been trying to get more.
Yeah.
Is this our first? No, we reached for him the other night. It's our first non-extreme reach for T. Higgins.
Yes. The definitely a nice, very nice kind of value scooping there for Team 5. I probably take Keenan Allen over Terry McLaurin, but
James Robinson.
Fist pump to the James Robinson. That's nice.
Every time.
I do like Team 5 here. Moneyball looking good.
Yeah, that's a nice build. That's really nice. Yeah, and Team 9 is pretty good too. He's got his PPR, as Crack Rock would say, with Austin Eckler.
Yeah, Deontay. Yeah.
Miles Sanders goes.
You are up next.
Josh Allen goes.
Josh Allen goes unstacked there. Okay.
Yep. No wide receivers for the one.
They love it.
Things you love to see.
Let's see. Who's he going to go here?
Yeah, I'm looking at what I'm trying to figure.
What's our backup plan?
That's what I just was talking in the chat. I think Ayuk looks pretty good. Or do you like Ayuk, Paul?
Now you are on the clock.
I do like Ayuk. Yeah.
Oh, we got Andrews.
Sick.
Okay. Yeah.
That's your guy, right, Paul?
Yeah. Let's do that.
This is
Awesome.
This is a nice price on him too. I mean, it's what a few picks after ADP, but worked out well that both those teams there. The one hole getting Kyle Pitts really kind of gave us that extra Andrews cover.
Yep. Wow. That feels pretty good to get Andrews there.
This is a really nice build, Paul. Loving it.
Let's see what we got
And then
next.
Ayuk, of course, goes right after.
Yeah,
I think he would have been the consolation prize if Andrews went.
Agreed.
Yeah. I know the 49ers. I'm pretty excited. I wasn't on them as much, but now with everything coming out about the QB, it's like he could go just nuclear. Like, and I'm really starting to believe that where this team could just go, especially the second half after the first 4 games or something, just go crazy.
Yeah.
So,
This is another reason why that Andrews pick is so nice, because there's a decent gap between Andrews and Thomas in my mind, and there's a 2-pick gap in actuality here.
Yeah.
I think there's a significant gap between those two.
Yeah. Especially with how banged up the Ravens pass catchers are right now too. I mean, he could just be waltzing into a
that's what
target here out of the gate.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him Dobbins and I was based on the quarterback, sorry. But them getting all the points basically. So
Yeah. Lamar, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
oh, go ahead.
Okay.
I was just going to say, one of the guys Paul specifically talked about with us before the draft over email was Mark Andrews too. And I was kind of wondering if we would have to take him in the 4th to get him. But I mean, this broke kind of perfectly to get him at a nice cost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were saying you don't love the 5th round. So maybe where we take Andrews if he falls. You predicted it.
That's exactly.
So how what's your limit, Paul, on this 0 RB stuff? Are you Crack Rock was like, he wasn't letting us get out of the 5th or 6th round without at least one running back. How ideological are you?
No, I mean, because of the several home leagues I'm in that are fairly competitive, I almost always go strict 0 RB in there, and I'm comfortable. What do we have? We have 20 rounds in this, so I'd be comfortable. I mean, easily like 9th, 10th round, and if things are still feeling okay, it's like beyond that. So I can take it if you guys are, as long as the structure still feels like it's working. I mean, winning the flex, like I know you guys always talk about. That's how I've always it seems like I've kind of always won my leagues that I've won is having it start out looking a little bit shaky maybe with what's going to happen with the RBs, and then like what Pat was saying when we were talking earlier, we do have waivers, so I feel like you can make up a ton of ground with the waivers, especially with the RBs. So
yeah, and the other thing that just has kind of shifted the landscape is losing ETN, who is kind of one of those premium 0 RB 5th round detour picks. And now it's really thinned out there. I mean, we took Javonte Williams last night. I think Kareem Hunt is still kind of the quintessential guy that fits in that build. And then you're kind of in another tier. So it's almost harder to kind of get your anchor 0 RB premium guy these days.
Yeah.
I like the price we got on Javonte last night.
Javonte, yeah, that was a sweet pickup. Even if I mean, I can't believe they're not going to give him run more than 2 games, I mean, I know you got to score points right away with this league, but I mean, there's no way they're going to run Melvin Gordon. I mean, unless you lose the bet to Spags, but I doubt it.
Yes, I'm feeling decent about that bet. He did get me today on Splash Play, though. He got me to draft Melvin Gordon. There goes Javonte there.
Well, I think you gave him you had him for 2 rounds, and then you finally relented, right?
Yeah, this is the one thing I keep saying is like, it's okay if you like the old guys, but we got to get them at a discount because no one else likes them either.
Javonte and Claypool there for 12 spot. Yeah. Very nice. Love that.
Very nice price on Claypool.
Very.
Yeah, because Judy and Claypool have basically had a flippening over the past few weeks since all of the Judy buzz out of camp. Yeah. Well, I think it even started before the Teddy announcement because every Broncos reporter was like, "Oh my God, Jerry Judy looks like Jerry Rice at Broncos camp right now."
Yeah, Judy. I mean, that's true, but they got really close, and now it's like, I think if you want Claypool, you should just wait until Judy goes because he's going after almost every time. It feels like.
Yeah. This will be an interesting turn.
I was looking at the queue. I was looking at the available players, and I was kind of grossed out by the board, and then I realized I had running back selected.
Yeah, that's what I just did too. I was scrolling through it, and I was like, "Well, not yet."
There's no one here I like. Oh, they're all running backs.
Love Team 9's name. Cancel this 69. There we go. 69 is it's I mean that's above reproach. I mean 69 can't get canceled. It's been adopted by
you
everyone.
Can't cancel 69. Yeah.
I jumped ahead a little bit with that, but yeah.
What other builds do we have going here? So Team 10 with Hill and Lockett. He does get the Wilson stack with Lockett. Keeps getting green there with Trey Sermon.
Yeah.
It'll be curious to see what Moneyball team does here.
Yeah. They've definitely slowed down on the picks here.
Yeah.
There goes Henderson.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, that's nice. So I don't think
top of the way board.
I don't think Team 9 is a ship chaser after all. They had a pretty interesting start. They did take Josh Jacobs.
No,
Probably
that's
not
Sure,
ship chaser.
sure,
that's how you
sure
lose your
sign,
ship
sure
chasing
giveaway.
start. Yeah. This is like a mystery dinner party, and you're just like revealing clues on who's the murderer, and then you find out that you drafted Josh Jacobs, and you're like, all right, you're not the murderer.
Oh, Lamar goes.
Lamar
Dang.
goes. I was holding
Yeah.
out hope.
Yep.
Yeah, I was too. All right, we're up. Cobb Nation, are we up? What's going on?
No, I'm not up on my board yet.
Okay, you know what it is? Is that, Pete, we are on the clock in
Now you are on the
the
clock.
KFFC Listener League, which has the same announcer. So that was what was in my ear.
Oh, okay. All right. So Beckham goes here. Definitely think we should consider a wide receiver if we want to take a wide receiver, one of these two picks, because these teams need them. I mean, I'll toss out Visca. I also think Kareem Hunt works very well for this build. Paul, what thoughts do you have?
What do we have here? I mean, I'm still looking. I'm still thinking wide receiver at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, let's try.
We got
yeah,
20 seconds. What wide receiver do you want?
Well,
15 seconds left.
let's take. Let's take Visca. Right? See there?
I mean, Paul. I mean, do you have to ask us twice? Put it in.
Yeah,
Pat.
let's do it. Do it.
Welcome, Paul, to a ship chasing stream. Very nice.
Okay.
We have seen some drafts where Visca's been going in even the late fifth in some of these, so not a bad price there.
Yeah, that feels nice.
I mean, yeah.
Feels very nice.
See, now I mean, this is what happens. They get mad at us when we draft more wide receivers than we have starting spots for wide receivers. But when two of your guys can't play in the playoffs,
That's
who's
right.
laughing now?
Still them, I think.
You are up next.
All right, so Devonta Smith goes.
And Dak does go. We had been eyeing him a little bit.
Dak was someone, I think Dak would have been pretty interesting if he had gotten back, for sure. I would have been making the case for him pretty strongly.
Yeah.
Just from a value perspective. And even because even if you end up with an unstacked Dak, that's fine. It's not best ball.
Now you are on the clock.
I do like having an elite quarterback with these builds. Kareem Hunt goes.
God damn, I thought he was gonna be a smash there.
Thought too. Shit.
So, there are guys like Juju and Debo.
I like both those guys.
Do you like those, Paul? I mean,
Juju Debo, or I mean, I'm kind of coming around on Antonio Brown too, but I don't know if that's too. Maybe you know what? No, let's go with Debo.
All right. I like Debo.
I think Debo works well here.
15 seconds left.
Boom. I like Debo. Get upside to that.
Yeah.
Get some exposure to that 49ers upside.
Yeah, that's what that's what I'm thinking. If I just said I thought they could go nuclear, it should at least have one player off.
Oh,
yeah.
Henry pointed out that I have Lamb. That we have Lamb on this team, which is, you're right, Henry. That would have been a stack.
It's so hard for me. I know we've done it a few times. Like last night we did it with Allen, and I thought it was really a flat spot on the board. But when you're looking at, we have options to stack with Rodgers, to stack with Tannehill, to stack with Burrow, to stack with Lawrence, to stack with Lance. Like, there's so many cheap stack options. I just feel like we're going to like those 2v2s on the QB wide receiver when you wait on QB.
The reason I think to prioritize the elite quarterback with this build is that you do want to win the quarterback position handily in a true zero running back build. I think if you can, like, you don't have to, but it's nice. It's nice because you are punting a little bit at the running back spots.
And I would also say I think also what pushes me from just pounding the table for Dak there is I am just getting a little spooked about where he's at. A lot of the reports saying like he's just not going to be 100% this year. There's stuff where they're not even on the same page if it's the shoulder or still the other stuff, that his old stuff that he's rehabbing from, that is the issue. So I don't know. I get just a little nervous feeling in Dak where I'm just not jamming it every time.
Yeah, oh, go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
I was on with Edwin Porras, and he was like, it's nothing. Like, it's not. And he's also off of any kind of like snap count in practice. So I think I've actually been approaching it the opposite way. I feel like the discount on Dak is about to dry up, and I've been trying to get as much as I can right now.
Yeah. Garrett, they're all sloppy seconds now, brother. It's very gross. We're all slurping from the same trough of leftovers.
Yeah, Henry points out Schefter was the one, or one of the people talking about Dak not being 100% this year, but that wasn't a report. That was like his sense of things, which if I trust Schefter like 98% when he reports something, I trust him a lot less than that when he's spitballing about players' injuries.
Yeah, I still assume even his opinions are informed by solid sources.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Yeah, I mean, I would have been super excited to get Lamar there, but yeah, even looking at it for other stacks, I wasn't for what Pete was saying, but maybe those rumors are, that stuff isn't real. But I was less excited about Dak and was kind of okay in my brain, like letting him slide. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to start making changes here, or not changes, but see what we can do.
I think letting Dak trying to get lucky and get Dak on the way back was the right call, because Josh Allen's there at the one spot, so you only needed two. Two didn't want an early quarterback, then we're getting Dak at a really nice price. So I think we played it right. I guess I'm a little bit more bummed we missed it than you guys.
Yeah. No, I thought we would get one of Lamar or Dak coming back, but yeah. Or not coming back, but yeah. Let's see.
Michael Thomas goes here. Team 6 gets their Herbert, Keenan Allen stack. That's another thing, Pat. I would say the last year it seemed like no one was stacking. And this year it seems like, I don't know, at least a third of most of these drafters are kind of prioritizing stacks with their early QBs.
Yeah, you're seeing it more often, but it's still, you're not seeing it a ton. I mean, Russ is unstacked.
No,
Kyler's
he's not.
stacked.
With Lockett, Kyler stacked.
Oh, I missed Lockett. Oh, yeah. All right. You're right. And then Herbert's stacked too without. This is probably the most stacked board that I think we've been, or most stacking we've seen in a room, I think.
I still, the Michael Thomas selections are still super hard for me.
It feels early.
Yeah. I mean, I would get it in an extreme 0 RB build, where you can really sit on him. Wow. See, talk about a discount. Ryan says he got Dak in the 8th of a main event draft today.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a Mr. X style draft, emaciated wide receiver strategy.
And also, like, Devonta Smith is ahead of ADP as well. So I feel like he got pushed into something he wasn't wanting to do.
Right.
It's actually an interesting, robust running back strategy, right? If you're going to do that, to go elite tight end, to go elite quarterback.
Yeah, you're saying you're going to win everything except the two wide
except wide receiver.
Yeah.
And both flexes.
What pick on the board so far, Paul, that other than ours are you most jealous of? Which pick do you wish you could have?
I think DK Metcalf. I'm super high on him this year.
Me too.
And then obviously I think Lamar Jackson is the.
Yeah.
I really, yeah. I mean, it's all. I mean, well, I guess that's always how it is. But right there, we almost had him. So, yeah. Other than that, nothing that would have been within range. I mean, I love Diggs, but that was not going to happen.
I wonder if Team 4 would have taken Lamar if he fell there, or if he was always going to be locked into Odell. It's hard to know.
Yeah.
Could see that going either way.
Yeah, I mean, I went Odell. Let's see, who did?
Yeah, people are spooked on Dak, and so that's just another element too, where it's like, even if you think the report is bullshit, if the room is going to, on the whole, take that report into consideration, I do think it's worth playing chicken with it a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I do too. That's why I say, like, I think we played it right to not take him in the 6th and hope he would get to the 703. But I also think it's an interesting. Sometimes this will happen. There's the fear is cresting, but at the same time, the information is actually becoming more bullish, and that's kind of where we're at with Dak right now. We should be more confident than we were a week ago in taking him, but people are less confident. People are finally getting scared enough to let him drop. So it's kind of the perfect time to try to scoop him. And if you don't get it exactly right, if you take him in the late 7th, when maybe, hypothetically he would have fallen to you in the 8th, like, I'm okay with that. I think getting the late 7th or whatever is still a smash. So do it.
Right.
Well, I think I had heard or read somewhere earlier in the year too that the news that's coming out, it can take up to 2 weeks for it to actually starting to really affect like the ADP, where maybe that's kind of what you're saying is like, we'll see it on, Roto World or not Roto World, Sports Edge, but
NBC Sports Edge.
We all call it Roto World.
Yeah, okay. Or RotoViz or whatever on Twitter or whatever, and we see it and it's we act on it instantly, but it takes a while for the general populace to come around on it.
I think that's true. I think that's like a real thing.
Wow, Marquez Callaway. That's where we're at now.
Did he go in the 8th last night with you guys, or was it 8th or 9th?
I think it was around there.
Hey, bud, Jake, we can't let Trey Sermon pass us because Trey Sermon went in the 6th. But if Trey Sermon was available in the 9th, I would not let him slip through my fingers.
We would take Trey Sermon in the 9th. That's true. That is true.
Yeah. I am really warming to Jamal Williams with how spooked I am on Swift, but I do think that's rich with some of the other running backs still.
I was going to suggest Damian Harris if he got to us.
I put him in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Paul, tell us what you're thinking right here, man.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so with that. Let's see.
We could go who went?
Gallup, which was on Paul's
that's what I was just gonna say.
Pre-draft target list and was someone I love.
Yeah.
I'll float out one idea. This is a little crazy. I'm just kind of looking at ADP. You could do something like you could do a Tunyon Rodgers thing if you wanted to round that out, or just sit on Rodgers coming back.
Yeah, I was gonna sit on. Yeah, I don't love it either, but I was gonna sit on it. I mean, the only other person is Mike Williams being there. Like, I don't hate that either. And that seems like a bit. That seems like a good, replacement for Michael Gallup pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, are there any running backs we'd consider here? I mean, based on ADP, you're looking at Michael Carter, Zach Moss.
We got 10 seconds.
I mean, James Conner would be the.
Put in Mike Williams, Pat.
Yeah,
Mike Williams.
yeah. Do that. I mean, we can talk about RB now. I can't. We'll see if people are taking, but who can we? I mean, is Michael Carter going to start? I don't know. I can't take Melvin Gordon just on principle.
Yeah, I don't like Melvin either. I would be open to Michael Carter is just a late stash type of play here.
Yeah.
Do you think him over someone like
he just
James Conner in that offense?
Yeah, I do think we should go non-wide receiver here.
Yeah.
If we go wide receiver, we basically give ourselves no flexibility to grab another value pocket wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, and Aaron Rodgers is at the top of the queue, and just in terms of the ADP game. Both these guys have quarterbacks, so
I think Rodgers is a nice pick, and Rodgers also, he's not necessarily like Allen where he boxes us out from getting a value on one of those other quarterbacks. Like all those other stack options we have, those guys can slip 2 rounds past ADP, and I think we still would have the flexibility to grab a second quarterback with Rodgers.
Yep. The other thing with Adams at 103 is we were betting on a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, the one slip, Hunt slipping there, that one pick would have been very nice.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only other one I was thinking would be James Conner in that offense. I like that, but I don't know.
Let's have that conversation real quick, because I am wondering there, Pat. What do you think about Conner? Because that's starting to look interesting to me.
I'm into Conner. I mean, I think he's got a real chance to take over a lot of the valuable, touches in that backfield where he's getting like mixed in as a receiver, and then we know the Chase Edmonds goal line stats. Like, it's just
it's nothing.
Yeah,
he's got one career carry, so it's
on the clock.
It's just not hard to imagine,
Let's do Conner, because I just think we're gonna have so many opportunities to like quarterbacks at various spots, and then we just got to. It's almost like just keeping a flexibility with this build.
Yeah, I agree.
I love that we're Jack Koff saying Conner equals 2 condom. I appreciate that, because we did bail on 0 running back after 8 rounds, and if we were really going to put the pedal to the floor, we would have gone through 10.
Oh my goodness, I love that the 0 RB condom draft.
Yeah,
you broke. It took one in the ninth.
Yep, I'm all right with that.
Jose, welcome to the show. Watch the back catalog. We have explained our thought process on this literally show after show after show. Watch our old stuff. I don't have the energy to explain the principles of 0 running back right now.
Now, DJ Shark is a guy that I feel like I'm on an island with. He didn't come up in our 8th round pick, and I think Mike Williams is fine over him. But are you guys is he close to Williams at all for you?
Who's that, Pat?
DJ Shark.
I don't know, his tiny hands or whatever was happening there. I don't know. I mean, he was
Brandon Allen hands.
What was he? I mean, what was he? Was it 2 years ago or last year when he was 5th round or something? And I mean, the talent. I was never fully on him. I was never fully invested in him. But I mean, the talent's got to be there. And if Lawrence does, I mean, they looked awful this preseason, whatever that means. But I mean, if Lawrence is anything of the second coming, he's got to be able to. The offense has got to be able to do something, and it ain't just going to be Laviska, So,
Jack, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, man. Trey Sermon went in the 6th round.
Is there another Sermon? Is there like a Jack Sermon in the league that we should have drafted? Who are you talking about?
I'm gonna get another beer. I'll be right back.
All right.
Well, Pat, what do you think about with the DJ Chark? Like, what's the?
I keep trying to get my friends on him because I feel like I'm on an island here. My thing is like earlier in the offseason, I was going, I like Visca more than Shark. So like I'm just not going to end up with any Shark because Shark was first. Well, that's changed. And now there's like a big discount actually between Visca and Shark, which I would like to take, partly because I have so much Visca already, partly because I kind of like the double stack. And partly because I'm not like so confident that we're right about Visca versus Shark. Like, Shark could be the guy, not Visca. So, But on the other hand, I think the Chargers' offense is also one to gain exposure to, and Mike Williams maybe gets unlocked a little bit by a sharper coaching staff. So, I like that pick too. But Shark is just sort of top of mind for me.
Over that, okay.
I'm with you, Pat. I mean, I think Chark and Williams are similar, and Chark obviously has an actual path to still being the alpha there that Williams doesn't have. I should probably bring him into focus a little bit more when I'm on the clock. Rodgers does go there. That's fine though. The Wilson team taking Rodgers there just does not seem optimal.
No. That's honestly a gift. That's a gift.
Paul, how are we feeling about this team?
I feel good. I feel good.
Good.
I mean, I'm not like, this looks a lot like how I, make my team. I think the one thing that I would look back at, I think at the end, I'm still going to say is like, I wish Kareem Hunt would have fallen to us there.
Yeah.
But that's really, all these other running backs. I said I liked AJ Dillon, but there was obviously no way we were going to get him coming back. So, and like I said, I do like James Conner just with where he is in that offense and all the unknowns. That's kind of part of it is, this guy could bust, but we're going to have, 4 or 5 other guys here. Plus, like I said, like the waiver wire is something I've always used, to my advantage, and it has worked out. So, just be aggressive on the waiver, and we see how it goes.
And the thing I like about Connor versus, if we would have gone with, say, a Michael Carter, the play on Michael Carter is, right now it's a full-blown committee. You hope he's talented enough that by week 10, he's really starting to take over. In these 0 RB builds, you could get off to a really slow start. And I think Connor is a guy that can help supercharge the 0 RB team right out of the gate. Because I do think he's going to be very involved right out of the gate, which is, I think, a bonus for this style of team.
Yeah.
Thank God for that anonymous report.
Was that the anonymous report about like Edmonds being the guy from like a month and a half ago, and it's just stuck ever since?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it was based on nothing.
It was based on nothing. And then there were some quotes too. And that was the one Sean was passing along when he was on a couple weeks ago, just about how the quote made it seem like it would be a pretty true 50-50.
Yeah, the Cardinals are like really undercovered. And they do a lot of their own video. Like they did like a draft series that's sort of like Hard Knocksian, and it's, and it's high quality, but it's produced by the team. Like I think they're sort of tight with the information that gets out. They want to control it themselves. So it can sometimes be tough to get a good read on the Cardinals in general. Ricky was asking about the Shark point, pointing out he has a very, very low floor, that he could genuinely get benched. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay with the pick. I'm not sitting here, not going to say it's the greatest thing we've done this draft, but.
All right. I feel good about where we're at here.
Yeah, I do think this will work out decent. This is always one of those stretches where the teams that really need to start stacking some of their wide receivers, like you look at a team 8 who only has 3 wide receivers through 9 rounds, and this is the moment of truth of like, do they fill out some wide receivers, or do they just keep going green?
Yeah. Whew.
Rondell Moore, okay. Trey Lance goes.
Oh.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey Frank, do you like what Team 12 is doing, because it's basically the exact same build that you had going last night? No, it's a good build.
Oh man. All right. I feel
Yeah,
like
see that. Yeah, Team 12. Yeah, Team 12 is good. I mean, Team 12. It's probably a little earlier than what I would normally do, but like that like running back build is pretty much how I normally would do something like that kind of style of back. Especially the Tony Pollard. Like I love Tony Pollard still. I mean, he's another one that could do jack shit this year, but it'll,
Yeah.
he hits,
and I love it.
He hits.
Yeah. I love it with that build too. Like that's a perfect running back 3, because you've got like 2 guys that are sort of handcuffs, but also startable probably.
Yeah.
Depending on how week 1 looks. And then you just get the pure flyer, and then they're going to go for like Hines or White, or getting a pass catcher.
I know that. Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say here. Maybe not this round, but I don't know. We may have to with the builds, but that would be like the next. That next group is like Gio or Hines.
Yeah.
If we feel like we need to take one, here on the turn,
I think we probably come away with the running back on this turn.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even be opposed for 2 depending on how it broke.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's what I.
Check chat and rank those 3 for me.
Okay.
The real quick answering this one. So my take on Javonte ahead of Sermon is Javonte has
Now you are on the clock.
Here, we'll actually.
Oh God!
Fuller. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Yep.
Oh, I really wanted Fuller, man. I thought he was going to get back at this point.
Yeah.
I think Rojo makes sense here. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah. I sent back to him that thing. Yeah, that's what I think. I think Rojo.
Fuller was like the clear tier break at wide receiver.
Yeah.
And now I'm not seeing someone that we are blatantly passing on.
No, not for. It doesn't look like for ADP. No.
To me, this is setting up, I think, nicely to go RB here.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
15 seconds left.
Looking at the wide receivers, there's still wide receivers further down that I'm interested in. So let's try to do the 2 RBs here.
Yeah, let's go Rojo.
Oh man, I wanted Fuller.
Roll the clip.
Oh shit, you're right, Paul. We did it.
Ronald Jones will get beat. Jones gets by. Ronald Jones may go all the way. Being chased from behind. Does Jones have enough? Still on his feet. Ronald Jones, 98-yard touchdown.
There it is. Playing
There it is.
all the hits tonight. Rojo, Laviska Shenault.
So now we have to take Blankenship. So
So you get
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, Pat, there's no joy for Pat anymore, even when we get Rojo.
I was a little bit bummed about Fuller, but look at how I'm smiling now. I see that clip. I see the 98-yard touchdown run. Always beautiful.
I'm trying to not be disappointed either. Fuller probably has hit me the hardest so far, even more than the.
Yeah, me too. That was the real snipe.
You are up next.
That would have just been awesome.
All right. He sniped us on Hunt last time. Is he going to do it to us again?
Well, I don't think he can really snipe us that bad because we've got Moss here and we've got Gus here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those are pretty even.
I'm gonna put some in the chat just real quick.
Oh my God, you guys
For this
should
pick?
see. You should see.
Yeah,
The crazy
yeah.
shit.
So we're not on the clock right now. Are
We're
we?
going to be in one. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just want to
Oh,
get
what
some pick just to see what you think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
mean, that's fine.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you are on the clock.
Who did he do?
He went Russell Gage. So
Russell
we can
Gage.
take our pick here.
Let's do Gus, right, Paul?
Yeah.
We already have a bet on the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah. The chat was asking why Rojo over Gus, and the answer is both, and just playing the ADP game, and Ronald Jones has the higher ADP.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Ricky's making various downside cases for our picks, but that's exactly the opposite of how we're thinking. We're trying to hit upside here because all these guys are, I mean, these aren't like, frankly, very valuable picks at this point. And we're going to be using waivers. We're going to be churning. We're not like planning on winning the league through the 2 running back spots. We're planning on winning it through the flex, which that's why we took wide receivers to start, so that we're hopefully hitting on enough wide receivers to where maybe we miss on a couple guys. Maybe 1 or 2 of them gets hurt, but we're still dominating the flex positions. Jacoby Myers just went, which really sucks because we wanted him.
I apologize. I said to you guys he wasn't going to make, or he might make it back, and he did not.
But also to that
Probably
comment,
would make it back.
upside of our receivers is nuts. I mean, besides once you get past the elite ones, like all the way up to DK and maybe AJ Brown, like, I mean, CD Lamb could legit be what? I mean, if Dak goes nuts, top 3, 5. I mean,
Yes.
T Higgins but top 12. LaVisca, if he gets going, Debo, Mike Williams could be right, in that top 12
If Herbert, if Herbert takes another step forward,
he'd be a guy with 80 catches, 1,200 and 12 touchdowns or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm kind of, I know you guys like Jacoby. I'm kind of with True Don here. I think the price is getting a little crazy for Jacoby.
Yeah, I mean, I have a ton of Jacoby. So I actually asked Twitter to start taking Jacoby numerous times over the last 3 weeks because I was just hammering Jacoby. But at this point, he is too expensive, which is good because my exposures were out of control on him. He's my highest owned player on Underdog.
It's also funny to see like the differences between on Underdog. Like Terrace Marshall's legitimately going inside the top 100 picks now, and Jacoby's like still ADP of 135, 140. Like a 40 pick difference, and then here Myers goes 2 picks ahead of Marshall.
He is a guy that's generally appealing, I think, to the high volume FFPC guys because, like, from a target perspective, from a role certainty perspective, and then you start to think about Mac Jones and the passing offense increasing the volume a little bit. So it is kind of like a classic chasing the targets play, which is why I liked it so much. Plus, I think he's good. I think Jacoby Myers is good. So when he was going like 3 rounds after this, I loved it.
Yeah. I really like these 3 straight picks here for this build.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
We also get, hang on. How did we pass over Pat Fryermuth in the 10th?
Yeah, good point. Good point. That's we probably should have mentioned that.
That's a little rich. I mean,
yeah.
Wow. Rich. I mean, I don't know what to say.
I mean, if you're
trying to play
why not just take Kylan Granson at that point? He probably has a bigger pass catching role.
This guy writes one Kyle Granson blurb.
I wrote that Kyle Granson blurb. It is interesting. Like, I'll go and I'll check the the Twitter feed to see like how the blurbs have been received, and it's just a headline, and I don't think it's just a blurb, but I still don't think people bother to click and read it. But that was very polarizing. Some people were like, "Let's fucking go," and then other people who were like, "This clickbait bullshit needs to get out of my timeline."
Are these Twitter comments?
Yeah, they're all Twitter comments.
Yeah. It'd be very funny if there was a commenting function on Roto-World, like a blog where you could leave comments on blurbs.
Yeah, well, you say very funny, but that sounds like a nightmare. I believe Jack Koff is still touting Trey Sermon in the chat here, unless he's touting Trey Young at this point.
He's in on the joke now. He wasn't the first few times, but he's in on it now.
I hope so.
He said he kept getting up to get White Claws whenever we explained that Trey Sermon was taken. This is what Jack does. He goes, "Take Trey Sermon, guys."
If Pete comes back with a White Claw right now, this is the best.
You guys still haven't taken Trey Sermon? I gotta get another drink.
Seriously, if he comes back with a White Claw. Oh no. Pete, I was saying if you came back with a White Claw, it really would have made the bet.
I don't have any claws. I have some Nooners.
Yeah, you generally like beer that is as light as White Claw, but not White Claw itself.
Here come the Brooklyn Elites with their quadruple fucking.
That's what I have. I have double IPAs going. So
all right.
Oh, you're crazy.
I've got a Grim Sour here.
Oh, the Grim is good. I have. Let's see.
Cheers, fellas. Happy Friday. Happy main event draft season. Paul, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun so far.
Gronk?
The Gonk goes.
Paul, are you going to play any other FFPC leagues this year, or is this gonna be your big daddy?
This will be the big one for the regular season, but I always do the playoff challenge. I usually do 2 of the bigger ones, and then last year I did 10 of the football guys ones. So, and I love that format.
The playoff challenge thing, like now that we've built out a week of programming with it on Ship Chasing, and then culminating with like the Drunken Build show, I look forward to that so much, and it means that as much as I look forward to the season, it is exhausting, and that like marks just as things are starting to finally settle down a little bit. Yeah.
I'm sure for you guys, yeah. I mean, I feel like
I'm already looking forward to it.
Show too.
Dude, I know.
Hassan's the best.
I love Hassan.
What did I see, Pat? I saw Hassan's going to be do some contributing for NBC Sports.
Hassan's contributing to NBC Sports Edge. It's exciting.
How I saw the graph. I saw Jen Eakins. I'm actually doing a best ball draft with her tomorrow on my channel. Are they full time? Are they contributing? Are they blurbing? Are they writing? What are they doing?
I believe it's a freelance position. I'm not entirely sure about that, but that's what I believe it is. And I think there's definitely blurbing, as far as I know, and perhaps some writing.
Nice.
I'm not fully looped, but I think we have their help on the blurbs, which is like
You are up
massive.
next.
Plus Hassan writing blurbs. Like Hassan might be like the blurb writer of our generation. So I'm very excited for that.
Wait. He's gonna alienate all of Australia in a single blurb.
Yeah. Oh my God, that joke, that was so good.
So I'll toss out what are our thoughts on Tannehill?
Now you are on the clock.
On who?
Tannehill?
Oh. That's after ADP.
It's after ADP. But if no one likes him, I mean, I'm not gonna pound the table for him, but I am just noticing he's there and kind of aligns.
I don't mind it. There's other quarterback. Like I would say let's think about quarterback on the way back, because there's 3 quarterbacks that I like. Okay. But then what do you want to take here instead? We could grab McKissick.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
Do you guys prefer McKissick to Hines?
Hines just went.
Hines just went. Sorry.
Yeah. I was gonna say I think I kind of prefer McKissick anyway, but yeah.
Yep, I'm good with that.
15 seconds left.
The only other guy would maybe be Cole Kmet, just to grab another tight end, because he
I
won't
was
get
just
back.
going to say, we probably have one luxury pick
All right,
here.
real quick, 5 seconds. Who are you taking?
Do McKissick. And then we can decide here. So looking at every team has a quarterback except for our friends at Team 12 there. They will most likely take a quarterback.
Yeah.
We do. I mean, the backstop we have at quarterback is, I mean, Lawrence has just really been falling in these drafts.
Yeah, I am worried about one of the teams that does not have a quarterback is Team 12.
Yeah,
they're going to do something sharp. Yeah. I'm just saying, specifically because it's them.
Yeah, I mean, there's a decent amount of cover right now. I mean, Fields is still on the board. I mean, the other option we could have entertained there was like a Fields Kmet little backdoor stack. Yeah. I also I know, Pat, you're a little lower on Burrow. Do you prefer Tannehill to Burrow?
So I'm a little bit nervous about the Tennessee offense slowing down. It's been so efficient and yet fast paced, so I'm a little bit worried about that. But I would probably prefer Burrow, actually.
What are your thoughts on that, Paul? Because I do think one of Tannehill or Burrow is probably the right move here.
Yeah, I think QB here too. What were you saying, Pat?
I don't think that if Kmet comes back. I would like to take Kmet, and then we have one of Burrow, Lawrence, Fields,
Tannehill.
or Tannehill getting back. And I think one of those guys gets back. Maybe not.
1, 2, 3.
He knows that I'm kind of willing to play chicken a little bit more at the quarter position, which used to be your move, Pete. So
it goes a little bit against what we were just saying too earlier when we were making the case for Dak of trying to get the elite quarterback in the 0 RB build, so you're winning every spot. But I don't feel quite as exposed at running back here. I'm very pro Kmet. I love Kmet. Paul, break a tie here. Quarterback or Kmet?
No, let's take Kmet. I like what Pat was saying, and let's just see what we end up with on the bring back here.
And I mean, that's a pretty good signal. I mean, I prefer Kmet to both Gronk and Ferkser pretty easily.
Not Freiermuth though, right?
No, Freiermuth, you got
obviously we prefer Freiermuth.
Yeah.
I think the thing with Kmet too is that we don't have a true elite tight end. We've got like a very, very strong tight end. But if we had Kelsey, then I'd be much more comfortable just rolling with one. Yeah. I like the other upside play.
And Kmet really is. I mean, we still have our Donald Parhams, your super late guys, but Cole Kmet really is kind of the last guy who I feel like could be a top 8 tight end this year.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We also now have stack options set up with all of the quarterbacks that are on the board that we want.
Yep.
So it doesn't really matter who falls now.
No,
just
and I'm really okay with all those as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So
far so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It does feel nice to have been able to get those 4 running backs there. I think it really kind of takes the sting off of the Hunt drop because I feel like we got those guys all at good prices.
Agreed. I mean, the 2v2 of Hunt dropping, and then you have
looks good.
Hunt Fuller versus Deebo Connor. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt which side of that you want. Fields goes.
Stafford Fields. That pairing makes sense, especially with Allen Robinson.
It's a good pairing, yeah.
The Hyper Tojo strategy from Team 5. It's not very Hyper Tojo. it's diluted Tojo.
There goes my boy Rager.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy bombs the preseason and doesn't get any kind of discount. What's going on here? Do I need to blurb about this?
Did we make our selection in the listener league, Pat?
No.
All right. I'm going to go over there and do that so we don't hold up the boys. We are doing our.
You want to go Jamar Chase
league.
there?
Is that who's looking good?
It looks good to me.
Did Gretsch
We would be going Jamar Chase over Nick Chubb or Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We might want to take.
Let's let me take a peek. Let's ask Gretsch.
Like at this point, we probably should take Nick Chubb or Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I mean, so guys, we are on the clock in our KFFSC Listener League draft. We're on the clock at 4:04, and Nick Chubb, CH are available.
Jesus.
Ideological.
I think we can afford it because we went 3 straight wide receivers to start. That would be my vote. Would be to take one of them.
Did you have to start 3 wide receivers? Was that 1, 2, 3?
You can't. Yeah,
Or
you start. Yeah, you start 3 wide receivers. Yeah, you do.
Oh,
in KFFSC,
I thought you did. Yeah.
You have to start 3 wide receivers. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant you had to start your draft with 3 wide receivers.
Yeah.
Well, that also, but
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait to hear back from Ben. I don't want Ben to be upset if we take Chubb.
Yeah. I mean, CH is fine too. There goes Tannehill.
yeah.
And Team 12 is definitely going to take.
Team 12 is going to take a quarterback. So now here comes the sweat.
Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick there is a little early. I'm trying to see.
It is a little early.
And there's no Curtis Samuel for the stack, I guess.
If we don't get a quarterback here, what's the plan?
The plan, man, would be
Two on that.
the plan is probably take a quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
That's the point.
I would say maybe Tua is good. But
Yeah,
also
that's what I
like
mean.
if we wanted to push it further, just like that's such a flat tier. Then there's going to be guys that don't get taken that are fine.
Yeah.
Now look at that. Team 12 does not take a quarterback.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
That is helpful.
All right. That's very helpful. Chuba, who just made an appearance on Sean Siegel's 0 RB countdown list,
Yep.
as did Devin Singletary, as did Tony Pollard, as did James White, and soon will Javonte Williams and AJ Dillon as well. So you guys are drafting off of Sean's list.
Yeah, Javonte Williams is. I did a show with Mike Leone today on Establish the Edge, talking about keeper leagues. And if you're just like trying to draft a guy who's going to be worth more next year than he is this year, like Javonte Williams is maybe the best bet. He has to do so little. Like he just has to basically show up and not look terrible, and then Melvin Gordon's going to go. The team's going to commit to him in year 2. They'll probably upgrade quarterback. Like I don't know, man. He's such a nice bet for that.
Henry,
And
a
also
little crank in purple from Team 11.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 quarterbacks here. With 1 quarterback at the 8 hole, but they have Mahomes.
Yeah, they're loans.
Then we're just sweating Herbert, Lamar, and Hurts.
Lamar and Hurts. Yeah, the Hurts one is the only one I was looking that could grab another one. Of course, it's right in front of us.
Yeah, that guy's been sniping us all night.
Yeah, well, we did. He was from the 12 hole last night.
That's
But
right.
he didn't snipe us at all last night. What's up, dude?
What's up, dude?
Why are you sniping us all of a sudden?
So we, as we mentioned, we're going to be doing another one of these later tonight. You can get, almost 4.5 hours of ship chasing today. You keep hanging with us. We're going to take a little intermission. We'll be back right before 10 p.m. Eastern to kick off with Sam. Another main event draft. It is the season. Also, if you guys have not hopped in the Discord, you can become a YouTube member. All kinds of good conversation going on in there. Lots of fun stuff in there, too. Our friend Tom, a.k.a. Dangy Wing, has set up a bot. So when we're doing our main event drafts right now, our listener league draft, we get the picks that all get dropped into the Discord, and then we roast each other. Burrow goes. That's
Sorry, guys.
No, I mean, he was pretty far past ADP. I mean, I think we had to know that was a risk.
Well, Lawrence went to the Mahomes owner, which
Oh,
at
yeah.
least he's dead. Yeah.
Wow.
At least he got burned and is useless now.
Yeah.
It's a terrible pick for him, so that's good. But
Now
still a bummer.
you are on the
Well,
clock.
Burrow too. I mean, I'm hearing.
Yeah, so we gotta adjust quickly here.
If we are looking at just locking up a quarter, I mean, Team 2 is not going to take a quarterback. Team
I think
1
let's-
could. Team 1's going to take 2 if we don't, because he has Waddle and Gesicki.
Do we want Tua then?
Is Tua the biggest crack we can? biggest
Tua,
threat?
Ryan, Cousins, Mayfield, Roethlisberger,
Yeah.
Wilson.
I think.
Yeah, that's like
Tua is the crack we should probably take, right?
The other thing is I like Rashad Bateman here, and that would maybe be someone we're missing.
I think Bateman will come back.
15 seconds left.
All right,
yeah.
Paul, where you at?
He said Tua, I think. I think Paul's frozen. Take Tua, Pat.
I did. I took him.
Tua.
Yeah.
I took him.
All right.
Yeah,
Jimmy G for the stack. As Sean G said.
There you go. Yeah, that Burrow snipe stings to a Lamar owner.
Yeah, but honestly, it's like good, right? Burrow's burned. Lawrence is burned.
Burrow could end up on the waiver wire too.
Yeah, Tannehill got burned. Like, I don't
But-
think Brady's burned. Like, those are just to suck those really high-end quarterbacks out of the pool. I'm okay with. We're never going to have to play we're never playing against those quarterbacks now, so it's not the worst thing.
You are up next.
So I kind of get the case. I guess I get a little queasy with Bateman just because of how long we're gonna have to hold him. But do we think he's he's back on the field in 4 to 5 weeks after the season starts? Is that kind of
Yeah, I think week 4 probably, and he's sort of the perfect upside swing with this build. He's our wide receiver 8. We would be looking for exactly this type of profile in wide receiver 8.
We've also made a pretty big bet on the Ravens as well. What's your take on a Bateman stash here, Paul?
Yeah. I was either going to say Bateman or KJ Hamler,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I know that's
You are
a
on
bit
the
of a
clock.
reach. But how it's going now towards the end here, I don't know.
I don't think I guess by ADP it is. I guess the one point is it's probably 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's probably our last wide receiver.
It's 70 picks. No, I don't think it has to be, because we got such a nice kind of hyper fragile build almost going. We could probably take one more if we want.
Yeah. Let's do Bateman and then we can evaluate.
Yep.
Yeah, so if we're reverse engineering here, we have 4 more picks before our kicker and defense.
3, right? 16, 17, 18, 1,
You're
2.
right, 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3.
So we're probably looking at one more running back,
Yep.
maybe one more wide receivers, I assume we're done at tight end. And you could kind of make a case. Who do the Dolphins play week 1 as far as Tua's looking?
I threw in one other player in the chat, but
Dolphins are home versus the Bills week 1.
mostly because of weapons.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's interesting. Yeah, I think that's a waiver ad, though. To be honest.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it does look like it based on the board. I was just seeing if we, and that's actually probably that would be a pretty easy waiver ad.
The other thing is that, like, with the, I mean, I guess Zach Wilson would be a guy at quarterback who has some upside. There's a couple guys with upside, but part of me wants to keep that roster spot free.
Yeah.
Get another take a peek guy.
No, I mean, if we didn't have to take a defense and kicker, I would take 2 flyers anyway. So.
You're right, Berto. I keep looking at the schedule thinking the second game is preseason. You're right. So they are on the road versus New England, which reminds me I need to ask Laird to get dinner.
How's he looking for the 53?
I think he's looking good, man. I think his role is pretty locked up, but
Is he a big special teams guy?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think we're looking at 2 running backs and 1 wide receiver, unless we want to go another quarterback.
Right. It's basically the luxury pick is wide receiver or quarterback.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly the way to think about it.
Yeah.
What running back flyers do you like, Paul?
I have some in the queue now, but I mean, I am pretty interested in Kadri Allison. I mean, if we get a big run here, I mean, I'm interested in Anthony McFarland. Who else do we got here? I don't know about. I mean, I would be interested in Eno if we didn't have James Conner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still love Matt Breida, but I'm not sure how realistic that is for him getting any time. I mean, was there talk about Malcolm Brown getting run in Miami?
He did get some run in the first preseason game.
Okay.
We drafted him very late, and I already told Ben we can cut him because Ben didn't want to draft him first.
I do think if you want to take a Miami guy, I think Ahmed is probably
that would be the other one. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah. Wow. So I kind of feel like exposed here. Look at us freaking out about quarterback, and they still haven't grabbed one.
Yeah.
They're playing the real quarterback.
Kenneth Gainwell was the other one I had thrown in the queue.
Man, I don't know how Quadre Allison could be on the roster bubble when they just released Javian Hawkins. Like, do they have any more bodies there?
Yeah.
No, I think that's. I would like to see the source on that because they literally didn't play him in the final. They rested him with the starters. They rested him, Cordell Patterson, and Mike Davis, and then they played Deonta Foreman and whoever the other guy is. So like, he's not getting cut.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you're looking at Cordell Patterson as your running back too if you're cutting Quadre Allison.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Deonta Foreman was interesting back in the day, but he tore his Achilles and he's had trouble making rosters since. So,
yeah.
I mean, what do we think about the Chargers, Roundtree versus Jackson? I mean, one of them, that might be another 2 people where they just end up on the waiver anyway. But I don't know if it's just a flyer at the end. One of them seems like that would be all right to hold on to, but.
I like Kelly over Roundtree personally.
Okay. Oh, Kelly. Yeah, I forgot about Kelly. Shit.
It's the way I keep thinking about that backfield, and I don't know if this is wrong, but I've been just thinking of Jackson as kind of like the pure Eckler handcuff, and then one of Kelly or Roundtree winning some of the short yardage work.
Yeah.
And so then it's like if you draft Jackson, more of a cuff, and then you're trying to guess which one of those other 2 early down backs is going to win the job.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I think Kelly at this point looks to have a pretty strong lead on Roundtree. But then the question is what, right? Is it like for 2 high value carries a game, maybe?
Yeah.
And I mean, it is hard to get out of. I mean, as a rookie, there could be some flop lag there, but I mean, Kelly really had a chance, and he got cucked by Kalen Balazs.
Yeah,
Just like that's hard for me to get out of my head.
Yeah.
Kalen Balazs looked good last year, though, I will say. So, and Kelly looked really bad last year, but
yeah,
I don't know. Running backs sometimes look bad as rookies and then look good in their second year.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing as we talk about all these guys, it's an extremely flat tier of running backs.
Extremely.
I mean, Sean and Gretsch were mildly talking up our old friend Justice Hill.
Were they?
Yeah, saying that instead of going for, I think kind of what you're saying, like a second back on a bad team, take a third back on a good team, and
yeah,
that sort of thing. So, and we definitely love Justice. We definitely love Justice Hill at one point.
Oh, there's a clip of Pete.
I should get that one in the clip.
There's Justice, and his name is Justice Hill. Yeah, all those times we take him.
Do we want to grab Hamler if he falls?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
But I'm also open to if you thought he would
come
come back.
just went.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm saying that too is at this point, I don't see the upside crack at quarterback other than, Pat mentioned, I guess Wilson or Winston would be the two that we could consider.
Yeah.
Now you are on the clock.
But if we take Hamler, then I think we're probably going 2 running backs to finish. I guess we could stop at 5 running backs. I don't think.
Yeah, we could stop at 5. We don't have to take.
I mean, with one more. I mean, I feel pretty happy with the 4 we got.
Yeah, let's do Hamler, and then we can think about this coming back.
All right. Because the other thing with running back is just like it's pretty barren. I mean, my guy Ty Johnson's here.
Okay. Yeah.
Paul, are you interested in him at all, or is he?
No, I would be interested with him at this point. Yeah, for sure.
What are your guys' takes on Wilson or Winston, or at least ranking those 2?
I think both are interesting. I think maybe from a take a peek perspective, Winston would be more interesting.
Yeah, I'm more interested in Winston at this point. That could definitely backfire, but yeah. I mean, that other one I had.
Play week 1.
Saints were.
So who's the other guy you had?
Oh, I put it in the chat, but Darnold but you said he probably would just be, you get him off waivers, but just with the talent.
Well, we could consider him too, though. If we're taking another guy, we should take the guy we want.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah, Winston. Darnold is the unknown because we're just dealing with Case and all that in New York, and and we saw Winston do it. That's why I think I'm leaning towards Winston, even though the weapons in Carolina are pretty enticing. So,
yeah, I'm torn. I guess I don't. I guess my
Panthers get the Jets week 1, and the Jets might be really bad on D.
Yeah.
Are you
So
talking?
I'm open to any of these guys.
Panthers. You're talking about Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is we could take the running back here and then play chicken at quarterback again.
I mean, Team 12 is probably for sure going to double tap quarterback. I would think.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt Ryan is still available. He doesn't really provide that much upside, but Matt Ryan, Baker Mayfield.
Now you are on the clock.
That is, man. I know. I don't have a running back I can pound the table for here. Do you guys want to pick your favorite? Paul, pick your favorite quarterback.
Let's see. Shit, the Ryan thing is kind of throwing me off if you said that too, because he could just, let's see.
He did win MVP in this system.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of all right with Ryan.
Yeah, I don't mind taking a peek.
Let's do that. I mean, it's a little bit of a.
The,
I don't know.
the fear with Ryan is that he becomes a weird like roster clogger where he's just good enough that you don't ever feel like
10
dropping him,
seconds left.
but you also never feel incredible about starting him. But I don't mind it at all. And then we can finish.
I don't know. It's kind of a crazy value to be able to get Matt Ryan there, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they just pass a ton and we get an outlier touchdown season. Whatever.
Yeah, the super upside isn't there, but I feel like we're going to get the 2 condom pick going here. But I also, it's I don't know that I can trust drafting Winston or the other guys, and at least with Matt Ryan, you know what you're getting, and then we just hope, the rest of the things we jumped on with 0 RB hit, and that's it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just not too many other picks looking super attractive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They get
Guys,
the Eagles week 1. We have a pretty bad secondary, so that's pretty interesting.
Can we get I just want to get a pat on our backs from bye week Twitter. After taking 2 players with a week 13 bye week, we have yet to draft another week 13 bye week. We did this for you, bye week Twitter.
We did it.
You owe us an apology.
The chat hates the Matt Ryan pick. It's so funny. Which, I mean, I get. Matt Ryan has never been. I think a fair amount of Matt Ryan in best ball, though. I think he's underpriced.
I get it, too. I mean, I think that was my hesitation. Not that I care, but it's like we're going to get blasted in the chat for the pick. But.
Yeah.
Dude, they're going to
But
be
I guess
on mentions all night. It's actually what we like to do is get one bad pick on the team to distract people from the fact that you did 0 RB. There's only so many replies of why did you take a 7th wide receiver before your first running back? Where now we can just get why the fuck did you take Matt Ryan?
Matt fucking Ryan. There's some like amazing like Willis is saying he loves the pick. Vincent says Matt Ryan 17th is insane value, and then Alex says you'll drop Ryan before week 1. Actually,
all of these things could be true.
Yeah. It's certainly possible we drop him before week 1. I'll tell you what, if we drop Matt Ryan, good, because that means 2 is a smash.
Yeah.
Or it means 2 wasn't a smash and we're desperate to find a quarterback.
Yeah, we're digging.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's why you do 0 RB, for the excitement.
Yeah.
I do think, like, if I'm going to make a pro Matt Ryan case here.
Please do.
Yeah. So we know that for these pocket passers, it really just comes down to passing efficiency, and passing efficiency is not stable year to year. And we also know that Matt Ryan literally won the MVP the last time he was in a Shanahan system. I think not having Julio is going to hurt. Having the Julio replacement be a rookie tight end is going to hurt. Having Olamide Zaccheaus and Tajay Sharp, I think, is now the 4th wide receiver, is not going to be great. But he's still got Calvin Ridley. He's still in this system. Kyle Pitts, we're all very excited about, is actually not a terrible secondary option. Still got Hayden Hurst as kind of a reliable underneath guy. So there's paths here to Ryan significantly improving what we saw last year. And like maybe, there's comments that he's dusty. Oh, I forgot about Russell Gage. You can tell how I feel about Russell Gage. But Gage is a perfectly capable NFL wide receiver. So that's a good point. But like the comments that he's dusty and he's done, like he's not that old. Yeah. If he's in a better system with better play calling and a guy in Arthur Smith, who I have like as much confidence in Arthur to build his offense around his personnel as pretty much anyone. So I'm excited.
I'm as guilty of this as anyone, but Matt Ryan's chances of being a top 5 quarterback are extremely low, but his chances of being a top 12 quarterback are really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we just naturally don't get excited. We want the Trey Lance and the Justin Fields because those guys could legitimately be top 5 quarterbacks. So I get it. But
he could flip flop with Tannehill, basically. You know,
Yeah.
like that's his upside. I did just get totally owned though, because Gerardo said Matt Ryan truthers believe in fiat, which is just pretty savage.
Zach Wilson goes.
I like Ryan more than Tua, Frankie says. I love how polarizing Matt Ryan is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes sense in what I see with the ADP of him on Underdog, because you'll see a Ridley or Pitts owner, grab him around pick 120, and then there will be some drafts where he just falls to 155, where it's like someone either talks themselves into him or no one wants to touch him.
We got Fantasy Mojo in the house here.
What's up, Fantasy Mojo? Fantasy Mojo, who made the infamous thumbnail. Pat in Fantasy Mojo are the only other people to ever make thumbnails for Ship Chasing, and it's a dead heat for who is the king of.
No, it's not a dead heat. I am the worst thumbnail maker for Ship Chasing. Pete, you're still up top, although it's pretty close. I would say it's there's a tier break after you and Mojo to make.
I need to start outsourcing. I spend 16 hours a day making thumbnails now.
You make awesome thumbnails. The thumbnail yesterday with Gretch in the crowd. Wait, because I think he's holding his baby in that picture. Is that right?
No, he's on a scooter from his vacation.
Because he has this really delightful little. And I just really love the combination of faces.
Fantasy Mojo, your spin on this is hilarious. Go find us 1-0 RB draft that Crack Rock has done, and then tell me who threw who off yesterday. Crack Rock did the first 0 RB draft he's done. We let him bully us on Robert
Yeah,
Wood.
we did.
That was the one pick. Otherwise, we were in lockstep.
He didn't even bully you guys. He just pressed it.
He just picked it. Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think he actually used his card there, or do you think he couldn't hear us over the Mets game?
I think it was literally a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think it was like he couldn't wrap his head around not taking Woods there, and then he heard us, but just chose to ignore us.
That seems reasonable. All right, so we need to discuss running back that we are going to take here.
I also threw him one
I kind of
more.
like. Oh yeah. I think we don't have the luxury to take another wide receiver.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I like that. Actually, I wonder if this.
Do you have any kicker defense hot takes, Paul?
No. I mean, I don't love the Indy offense for taking Blankenship, but I feel like we should complete the.
You want to complete the video trifecta?
It's just a kicker. So
I mean,
let me see. Hold on. Let me see the defenses. Yeah.
You are up next.
I can't wait. So I gotta get in touch with Rob. I'm gonna be doing a randomizer stream with him, and we need to hear the full story of you visiting the Crack Rock dispensary. I have to get that experience. Tell me there's like a photo of him, like a painting of him just hung up the wall.
all right, who do we want here?
Yeah.
So I threw out Ahmed or McKinnon.
Yeah. Ahmed. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Ahmed. Ahmed can play.
Yeah, and we know he can play. I mean, he did well last year, so.
Yep. We get a little Tua correlation.
Yeah, I think that's also a pretty sweet pick this far down.
Yeah, I like that pick. Already.
So our buddies at 12 went with Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
I think that's if you're gonna do one quarterback, that's a decent way to play it.
Yep.
And Jameis Winston's still undrafted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson went. Yeah.
Man, I at this point, I mean, I know Watson's a better quarterback than Winston, but when you start to bake in the risk, I mean, how do you not take Winston?
Yeah, there's no way
over Watson.
Well, why are you taking neither guy? You have Kyler Murray and Ryan Tannehill.
That's true. That's a whole other conversation.
You are up
There
next.
goes Winston. All right, we taking a kicker or defense here?
Let's do the kicker.
But I
Maybe
love how
goat and
Paul
chip?
says, I don't even like this kicker, but I want to pick him so I can play the kicker chasing video.
Well, I mean, Paul's in position to get the Visca, the Rojo, and
Yeah,
the
that's
chip,
right.
but,
Let's do it.
You know what, Paul?
that's a hat trick right there.
We'll get you the triple badge in the Discord. The video triple badge.
Yeah, that's so good. Terrace Marshall just scored a touchdown, apparently.
That's what I saw too.
Yeah.
Kitchen spinning this narrative that I'm pumping my Terrace Marshall bags by writing him out a
You
player.
are on the clock.
I don't know how I cash out to take advantage of my pumped bags though.
Yeah, that's the thing because it doesn't actually help you.
Kadarius Toney won. One of Pat's favorite
All right.
picks.
Pat
Yeah,
loves
it's like,
Pat loves showing his toes. He loves Tojo. He loves Kadarius Toney.
That's right, Tony.
The foot.
You want to do the honors here, Paul?
Yeah. Well, what? Oh, yeah. Get in here.
Paul, I need you to set up this clip by saying, "We just fucking took Rodrigo Blankenship."
We just took Rodrigo Blankenship.
Kicker Chasing. It's the show where we chase the best kickers. The kickers that help you win championships. The biggest legs. The breaking news. It's everything you've come to love and know. The time is now for Kicker Chasing. Let's get some fucking kickers.
Oh, yeah!
We did it, Paul.
That was worth it.
Paul's like, but we are going to cut him after the first waiver round.
I'd look at the team later tonight. There's a waiver wire bid in to swap him out. Pete, every time that red X pops up, it gets me every time.
So, it's so
Basically,
fucking loud.
It's so loud.
It's I don't have time to edit absurd videos like that these days, but what always happens is I get on my Audio Blocks account and I start surfing sound effects, and what you just can't stop. I mean, you just want to keep adding more and more and more.
It is very good. I love the music. It's perfect. The whole thing's perfect. If Watson were to play, you can justify playing him over
This is one of
Kyler
the
Tannehill in a
craziest
week.
takes I've ever seen in my
is-
life, Ricky.
That's what we call a bad take.
Ricky, I mean, Watson, it just dreams of being Kyler Murray. Like, I mean, you're never sitting Kyler Murray. Don't draft Kyler Murray if you're going to sit him for a quarterback who might not even play it down this year.
Yeah, that's the right. Don't draft Murray if you want to take the upside swing. If you had Tannehill and Watson, we wouldn't be, because then if you bank Watson, you're starting him like every week. But there's also, I mean, he's got 4 running backs, and there's scratch offs here that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he could throw to Cooks 30 times a game, but
Yeah, the weapons now too are very bad.
I think Ricky's arguing for Watson over Winston, but that's irrelevant. He just shouldn't take it for him.
The take, Ricky, you can't back off from this. Plague him over Kyler. You're never playing Watson over Kyler.
I mean, you might, but like you've created a platoon. Now you're cutting Tannehill, right? Or you're just burning that extra roster spot. But like, what did you bank? Like maybe like a couple weeks that you have to guess right. It's just
if
don't
you
take Kyler if that's your plan.
If you're having to start Watson over Kyler, you fucked up that pick royally.
Yeah,
because you could have had Javonte Williams as your fourth high T running back. You could have had Chase Claypool. But yes, the moral of the story is maybe just don't take Watson at all.
Not if you have. I mean, because we were saying don't take Tannehill. I mean, they burned Tannehill. Tannehill's useless.
Yeah, I just really don't. I don't see it with Watson. It's not like he's stepping into the Cardinals' offense either, or the Bills' offense.
No, yeah, it's.
And he his whole thing even last year was hair on fire, offensive line imploding, all garbage time stuff. I mean, this team has massive implosion.
You're playing for a trade. You're the only way you hit Watson. He's not playing for Houston.
Yeah, and I'm telling you,
he will not play for Houston.
No team is giving 3 first-round picks for.
There were still reports out there that Philly was. It may have been totally bunk, but that Philly would still be interested in him if he gets through his legal battles, which seems ridiculous.
Yeah, he's gonna get traded to someone eventually, but I wouldn't. I mean, I do actually think the worst pick is Tannehill of the two. Like, if you can X out one of them, I want to X out Tannehill.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do agree with that. If you are going to take the Watson, the Wilson, the Winston with one of your elite quarterbacks, then go for it, because you're trying to bink it. But I personally don't see the upside for Watson.
I'm not on Watson either.
I think it's a really, really narrow and thin outcome to bink a high upside scenario for Watson. Yeah. And there's so many quarterbacks late here that have decent upside with basically none of the same risk.
Yeah.
I mean,
the other thing is, sorry.
Go ahead, Pat.
Vince had a comment that he's too good of a player not to be on a team, but like, he's not going to be on a team because there's waivers. Like, you're going to have to cut him. Like, I mean, maybe he'll be stubborn, but Watson is going to be on waivers in a lot of these leagues come week 2 or 3, because if we're right that he doesn't get traded, like, you're going to bink it right away, or you're going to have to cut him, because you can't just sit around and hope he gets traded midseason.
Yeah.
You are up next.
All right. Defense.
I had 3 in there, but we can see.
We got Gretch's team.
Yeah.
I mean, I do really love that Panthers schedule.
Yeah,
Wow,
I like that. Gretch's really sold me on that.
Yeah, me too. I've been drafting a ton of them.
Home versus Winston, then they get the Texans the next week.
It's incredible. Wow.
Yeah, let's bring Gretch in and take the Panthers.
Let's do it.
We just fucking took the Panthers because Gretch told us to.
All right, Paul. The squad is complete. Give us your rundown here, top to bottom.
No, I like
it. About this team.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I was looking at it now, in relation to a lot of the other teams. Obviously Team 12 I still like, but yeah, I mean, Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, CD, T, Higgins, that's a baller start. Andrews, can be, one of the top 3 elite tight ends, easy. Laviska is, little unknown, but I don't know what else they're, honestly what they have there. So Laviska's got to get some volume at least. Debo, same. Mike Williams, like I said before, could be 1,010, 12 touchdowns easy. James Conner could take that over easy. Ronald Jones, same. Gus is going to get, work every week. J.D. McKissick, the same. Cole Kmet, obviously another exciting one. The QBs we're not, totally sure about, but besides that, looking at it compared to a lot of the other teams, it's just like, I mean, I feel like we have a lot of firepower and a lot of, touchdown upside. So I mean, I'm totally happy with the team.
Yeah, I would
And
say
we got the hat trick. So
Yeah, we got the hat
The
trick.
hat trick. Yeah, I mean, the only thing this team is missing for full blown approval is the sexy quarterback selection.
Yeah.
We did miss out on that.
Yeah, we missed out on that, but I don't see like where it was supposed to come from exactly. I guess we could have given up Komet, but I really like having Komet on this team.
McKissick is probably the one you give up. You probably do a 2v2 where you flip Matt Ryan and McKissick.
Yeah, that's probably right.
You're doing like Burrow and Ty Johnson kind of thing versus Matt Ryan and McKissick.
I think that's fair. Yeah, that's probably where it comes from.
But that was a tough spot, and we did come close to the gamble. I mean, Burrow goes to the Lamar owner. Maybe the Hurts owner takes him there, but still, I mean, both these times, Lamar 2 picks away, Joe Burrow 2 picks away. We gave ourselves chances to kind of get the super team by being patient, and I still think that's the way to do it. Yeah.
I mean, even with missing out on Hunt and, like I said, Will Fuller hurt, it's like I don't hate the any of Debo and Rojo. I mean, it's could Rojo score more points than Fuller? Like, yeah, is it totally likely? Maybe not, but the possibilities there. And that's what I'm feel like we're banking on. So yeah, I mean, I'm totally happy with the team. So.
Yeah, I think we actually had a more difficult decision to make at running back week 1 than we do at wide receiver. We'll probably plug in the top 4 guys pretty easily.
Yeah.
At wide receiver week 1, and then the decisions are actually going to be at running back. So, suck on that, Twitter.
Suck on that. I say my gut is Connor and Gus Edwards would be my gut for that start. I feel a little bit more confident in Gus's early season role than I do Rojo's.
Fair.
Yeah.
Probably comes down to schedule and rankings and stuff, I guess.
I mean, I'm not trying to set in stone. I'm just spitting some hot takes out right now. Paul, this was a ton of fun. You have been, the Ship Chasing family has grown so much this year, which has been super fun. The Discord has just brought a whole new element to everything. But you are one of our OG guys, Paul. You have been interacting with us since back in the RotoViz days, and it's always a pleasure to get to talk with you. And now to co-manage a team with you, we're excited, man.
Yeah. Thank you. This is it really is an honor. You guys, really influence a lot of people, and I know we're all really appreciative of it. So this is great. I'm super excited.
That's all. And I take it with the kid and stuff, too hard to get out to Vegas with us?
Not this year. I'll see what I can do next year.
There you go. That makes sense. We might have to collab now that I got the merch store going on. I would like some Paul Bergeron, art-inspired tanks.
Yeah.
Because we got to get some of your art. We need to get some ship chasing art from Paul.
Yeah, I'll put some stuff together. If you hate it, you can say no, and if you like it, let me know. But I'll do something for sure. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, if you get me a file, like we can figure it out. We can get it on some fun stuff. I would love to do a collab.
Okay, great. I'll get you some stuff here in the next week or so.
Anything else you would like to plug here to all the fantasy football drafters here?
No, I don't. I have very little Twitter following. I mostly just do sarcastic comments on it, or interacting with you guys. But yeah, like I said before, thanks for the opportunity, and look forward to talking to you guys this season.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be collaborating on waivers and getting this team to the playoffs, and then winning $500,000. Easy game. Yeah. Pat, any final words? We're going to take about a 45 or so minute break, and we'll be back in a bit. Anything else to close this one down?
I'm excited about this team. Thanks, Paul, for joining us for this one. I love the start. I love the final team that we were able to put together. Getting the hat trick on the Clips was also really fun. So I think this one's gonna be really, really cool. And I honestly think, like, in a weird way, even though we went full zero running back, I feel better about the running back situation than some of our other hero running back builds. So it's kind of like a nice little best of both worlds that we pulled off somehow.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. For Paul, aka Pissing Paul, for Peacock Pat, I'm PD Pax, and we will see you guys here in about 45 to 50 minutes.